Fan. Yeah, buddy. Think I'll give you all a round or two. Might as well. Oh, I think I can play music over here, right? I think I can play some music without getting them shutting me down. But I'll just do a tutorial because I'm thinking they kind of funky like Facebook, so I'll just leave it the way it is, you know? You know what I'm saying? So, what are we doing? Let's use that left jab, right? Left jab is always a fun jab. It's a fun jab. You should know it. These are for people, this tutorial is for people who are interested in boxing. If you're not interested, then I guess you won't be wanting to watch this. You know? So, let's work on that left jab. Now, if you notice, I got this vest on, right? It's a 20-pound vest, y'all. So, it's weighing me down, which is okay. That's why I'm wearing it. To weigh me down, to be my resistance. To make everything I do a little hard. I mean, I have to put more energy into it. Because I'm being weighed down by 20 added pounds that I don't normally carry around with me. You know? So if you notice, that's 30 seconds. So you notice it's just an easy jab, right? You notice my range? That's pretty much right there. This is reachable on both ends. He can reach me, I can reach him. So I'm trying to be accurate with my jab. So, you know, I want to be able, if I think he's going to trigger his, I try to trigger mine first. You know, that's really matters. That's very important to have a good reaction time. Because if you see, you know, where you watch your opponent, I'm taking this off now. I gave you a little bit of something just to say, why is he wearing that? So I kind of gave you a little breakdown on why. It's just resistance. It's heavy. It gets heavy. It don't start off heavy. It just ends up heavy. So, you know, and you feel so much lighter when you get it off. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, dog. I feel better. I feel lighter. I feel like I just went to the bathroom and knocked off 20 pounds. But look, you want to have a good reaction time. You want to practice your reaction time. I mean, that actually helps because when you want to trigger it, you want to go ahead and trigger it off. If you think that they're about to trigger theirs, you want to be ready. You're either going to be ready to slip, parry, shoot first. Me, I try to shoot first. I try to go ahead and let it go because I know what people, their natural reaction to a punch is a flinch. And I want to get them to flinch. See? If I can get them to flinch first, then I can go ahead and drop the dangerous hit. You see? Get them to flinch. Once they flinch, you know, it is very rare people will take a punch with their eyes open. You know, eyes wide open. As soon as you hit them, they don't never blink. That you don't find. Everybody blinks. Everybody. I'm putting you on game. I'm putting you on some good game. I ain't never heard nobody else tell you this. You know what I mean? So I'm putting you up on it. Putting you on this game because this is something in my experience of boxing. Not that I was the greatest, but if I wouldn't have stopped because life got in the way, I could have gotten very good at it in my youth. You know, but I had a lot of problems in my youth. I didn't know how to stay out of trouble. So it kind of interfered. I had to worry about not being incarcerated, and all that BS. And it happens when you're young and stupid. Young and stupid, things will happen. And so you want to try to be young and wise, so you don't have problems later on in life. So anyway, everybody flinches or blinks. You know, a man that don't blink, when you touch that forehead, that chin, that nose, that jaw, they're going to close their eyes for a second or so because they're getting hit. And the natural thing that the body does to protect itself is to make you blink. Protecting your eyes. That's just a natural. Anytime something hits your face, you close your eyes. If a bug fly in your face, you blink and wipe and swipe them out. Anything. If you think a basketball's gonna hit you in the face, you blink. It's a natural reaction, and that's what you have to do. You have to practice human nature. What will humans do when faced with a particular situation? You have to apply that to boxing. I know it's like, man, what you talking about? A lot of people don't analyze and study boxing and how the human body reacts to being struck in the head versus somebody who they know they're going to slip the punch, so they don't blink because they know they're going to slip it or they believe they're going to slip it. You know, for guys who are surprised all of a sudden with something they weren't aware of coming to their face, they blink. It's a protective thing. So you want to use that against them. Now, mindful, it could be you too. You're going to be, but if they're not thinking like you're thinking, then you have the edge over them because your plan in your mind is to make them blink. And when you know that they're going to blink, that's when you follow up with the heavy punch. You understand? You follow it up and it comes quickly. It's not something that when you tag somebody, it's not like bam, and then you pause and then you bring it. No. As soon as you throw it, you're not even trying on your left hand. But you're going to do it because you know they're going to blink. As soon as you touch them and start coming back, this one should already be planted and on its way. I mean stiff. Because as soon as they open their eyes from the blink, it's just a millisecond. Your eyes can blink a millisecond or something like that. Blink, right? I don't blink, I don't know how many times just now, right? But you want to catch them like in their blink. Nobody's that fast though, but you want to bring the punch after you make them blink with your left. Soon, because your left is not trying to do the damage, but if you got it like that, then that's a double whammy. Because once that stiff left get them, and then that hard right touch them, more than likely you're going to ring some bells. I mean, to a point. And then when you hit them with that power punch, they're going to do a lot of blinking. They're going to be jumping back. They're going to be shook. Now you got to recognize the shook when you see it. When you shake somebody, you got to see how they operate. Some people, you don't know that you tagged them and you wobbled them. You don't know. But if you've been boxing with them for a few minutes and you do certain things and they react a certain way, if you touch them a certain way and they react a certain way, that means you didn't hurt them if they're still resuming right back to work like they didn't miss a beat. But when you get them to pause, it's a pause that you create when you drop that right hand or that power hand. And when you recognize the change in their performance, and it's just like that. If you don't see that, if you don't recognize that, you can miss your opportunity to finish your opponent. You understand? These are human nature things that you need to be studying people, not just a particular opponent. You have to study people in that way. I study me. I study myself. I know the things that I flinch, react to, you know, things that cause me to move a certain way. You know, I know what makes it happen, and it's sometimes, you know, it's like it's automatic. It's not something that you plan on doing. It's just an automatic reflex, you know, and that's what you want to be able to capitalize on. You want to capitalize on a natural reflex of humans, you know. And if you haven't thought of the combat game that way, you need to start doing that. That'll make you a better combat sport person. I'm telling you, it'll just make you better, because you're doing a scientific experiment with your opponent. And first off, you got to do it with yourself. You have to do the experiments with you. And once you see and recognize what's causing you to blink and move a certain way, or react, or jab, or not jab, or slip, or think you're out of the way and you're not. You know, you got to watch these people who got these hesitant hooks. They start off strong and they come in wide, but they put a pause in it out there and then they drop it in real quick. You know who does that? Bud Crawford does that. Yep. Because he sees his opponent going to react to that, and he'll hang it out there just a little bit and drop it in. And it catches him. And that's how he beat the snot out of my man Earl. Earl wasn't quick enough on his reactions to actually deal with Bud. Now, did he have the ring knowledge? Yes. Did he have the ring power? Yes. Did he have the speed? No. He didn't have the speed. And I to this day don't like watching that fight. I watched it one good time, and that's it. I don't want to watch that anymore, because Earl still is one of my favorite fighters. The one thing I recognize about Earl is that he's a game warrior, and he won't stop until you stop him. But it's something about Earl. It's a speed thing. You know, he doesn't have the Bud Crawford speed. Anybody with speed will give him a problem. And a good ring IQ. So I won't watch that anymore, because it hurts my heart to see that beat down. And I ain't never looked at fights. I love watching fights where guys really beat another guy up, but this is one I don't. Because those are my two favorite fighters. They're two of my two favorite fighters. I got more favorite fighters, but those two are the guys that I like. And they had to go up against each other. And when they did, it was a slaughterhouse. It was a slaughterhouse. And my jaw dropped, because I didn't think that it would be such a one-sided fight. When Paul Williams got knocked out, I don't know if y'all know Paul Williams, but look him up. That hurt my heart as well. I can watch that fight though. You know, Paul was cool. I liked him and everything, but it was something about Paul. I mean, he was kind of a soft-spoken dude and everything. Nice dude. And he had them hands. You know, he carried himself well outside the ring. I like that about fighters. Earl, he carries himself well outside the ring. Bud carries himself well outside the ring. You know, even Shakur Stevenson, I like him as well. I still think that he's just too young right now. Oh yeah, my man Tank Davis. You never could leave him out of a conversation. Tank Davis, never leave him out of a conversation. I like the way he carried himself outside the ring as well. You know, and when the day comes that somebody beats Tank Davis, it's going to be a sad day in boxing for me. Because that little dude, he's a very humble man. Only time he's not so humble is when he's about to fight you. And that's just the way the game is. Now, you can't hold it against them because you got to get your mind into warrior mode. You got to be in warrior mode when you're about to compete with somebody. It doesn't matter if you think you can beat them or not. But you have to put your mindset in a way like you don't see him. You see him as an opponent. You don't see him as a human being. You see him as an opponent, not a human being. You know, a lot of people say hey, it's a wicked way to think, but that's the way you have to think. You have to think like a winner. You have to think like you already won. You have to think like this man is just in my way and I need to remove him. That's it. This is an object that needs to be removed and I'm going to remove it. And if it means if I have to beat him half to unalive, then I'm willing to do that in the name of the sport. That's the way the sport is. Unfortunate. Okay, it's very unfortunate, but that's what the boxing business is, and the mixed martial arts as well. Those guys are trying to end each other in that for that moment. They don't have anything really against that person. They just know that my job is to end you, and if you cease to exist after this fight, it was all in the name of the sport. And you go on and you continue to be who you are. And you have to live with that. You have to live with if somebody that you're boxing or competing with in a combat sport passes away because of what you've done. And you have to live with that. It's going to be on your conscience as an athlete. Some people can't take that. There was a boxer back in the day named Mancini, Italian boy from Bloomfield, New Jersey. And he was boxing, forgot where this other guy was from, another country. And he literally beat him to death. He went into a coma and passed away. And Mancini was really messed up over that. Mancini was an Italian fighter. He was a rough guy. He'll bring it to you no matter how many times you clock him. If you don't stop him, he gonna come at you. That's Mancini, you know. And most Italian fighters were kind of like that. Come at you with everything they got. If you stop them, you stop them. If you don't, then they're gonna keep trying to stop you. And that's the Italian warrior, you know. But he was never the same after that. You know, I think he retired too. But it's a dangerous sport, and you sign on a dotted line that if you pass in the process of this sport, then nobody's literally held responsible for it. As long as nobody cheated. If it was a fair and square beatdown, nobody's held responsible because it's a very dangerous sport, and that's why they get paid. If you ever wonder, why does these boxers and these MMA guys get paid so much money? Because when they go in there, they're putting their lives on the line to entertain you. They may not make it. To them, it's survival. To us, it's entertainment. I used to kind of be in that world, and I never looked at it like I'm looking at it today. And just imagine if I did, I'll probably be a really good fighter. But there's a lot of fighters today that just don't see things, clearly. So it's just, this is a sport that I love. I love this sport. I have to go inside, it's chilly. I love this sport. I can't compete anymore, of course. I'm too old. But I can stay in shape. And that's what I do. That's why I come out here I try to make it every day. And if I do not make it every day, it's because my old body just need rest, because I do hold down a job as well, so I have to make do with what my body can put out. I can't overdo my body. I have to keep in mind of my age and that my body needs more rest than it used to need. So, and that goes the same for anybody that is in their 60s. If you're in your 60s, stop trying to be a young man. Stop trying to do what young people do. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your lane. Get in your lane, stay in your lane. If you're old, just age with grace. Stop trying to run around. There's a guy on my job running around with young people clothes on with his pants hanging off his butt. The guy is well into his, I don't know how old he is. He wouldn't tell me. Me and him had a little disagreement about something the other day, and he got mad. So I'm like, what, you mad? You mad because I asked you that question? Come on, man. Grow up, brother. It's a shame I have to tell a grown man to grow up. But that's what we're dealing with out here. Hey, fam, guess what I just planted today? I'm not even a planting dude. I don't have no green thumb. I got a brown thumb. I hope my clown neighbor didn't park in front of my garage, in front of my driveway tonight. I'm about to go out there and check. This young boy really gets on my nerve because he can't parallel park, so he avoids parallel parking, so he parks right at the edge of my driveway. And I done told him about 3-4 times already. I'm gonna have to go tell him again, man, please. I'm gonna stop saying please, and I'm gonna stop talking nice to him. He's really getting on my freaking nerves with that. His people don't even say nothing to him. Like they scared to talk to the boy. You gotta talk to your son. What's the matter with you? What if I was one of them real mean neighbors? You know what I mean? Kind of neighbor was gonna like, yo, Nick, stop parking all up on my driveway, Nick. You better not park on my driveway no more, Nick. What if I was like that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it'd just be a family feud over there. So yeah, I'm going to go inside, y'all. That's why I'm throwing this on, because my pores are open and I feel the chill right now. And I don't want to. I need to go ahead and have this on. Yeah. I might have to run outside real quick, see where this boy park at. Let's just see if he did the right thing tonight. I'm going to show y'all if he didn't. Dog. Look at my dog waiting for me to come in. Got something else, man. My dog cherished the ground that I walk on. I don't know why. Look at him. He ain't got no other friend but me. Hey, look at him. Feel sorry for him sometimes. He ain't never had a girlfriend either. My dog ain't never had a girlfriend. You know, he's a virgin. He's an old virgin. You want to see the old virgin? Sam, see yourself? Say hey. There he is. I'm going to see if this kid parked in the right place, because he has a bad habit of parking right at the edge of the driveway. Oh, he did it right tonight. Good. I ain't got to say nothing to him. Get sick of that, you know? And you got to pull out your driveway and you can barely look down the street. Broop. Okay, fam. Let me sit down over here for a minute after my workout. Oh, my mutt want me to pet him. All right, fam. So I'm back in the house. I'm chilled now. My dog loves me, look. See? He always pushing himself all up on me, man. See my old dog? He can't hear nothing. He that old. Dog can't even hear no more. Look at him. He didn't want me to touch her. I don't know. Him and I both, we getting old together. You know what I mean? Hey, look, I see somebody trying to insult me. Grasshopper. Grasshopper still hanging around trying to insult people. Man. He says, people are so bored in life, I see. Bruh. Guess that's why you came by here, because you was bored. Came by and try to get something sparked up with me. I'm just going back on the stuff I missed. Oh, it ain't much. Somebody says Mike Tyson. Yeah, y'all. Not bored, but just basically, you know, just sharing a piece of me a little bit. That's all. I got my workout out the way. I'm good. Share some good information. You know what I mean? So everybody send Grasshopper a middle finger for me. I ain't gonna do it. Not me. Yeah. Just say, hey, Grasshopper, take this. You know what I mean? All right, y'all, look. I'm gonna chill. I just planted my elephant leaves tonight. Yeah, I'm on elephant ears, that is. And in about 4 to 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, supposedly they should start sprouting. Yeah. And then after the season, I'll keep them inside until the cold seasons pass. And then I can take them outside and let them do their thing. You know what I mean? Old mutt. Old dog, look. He just want me to pet him. He old. He can't even hear. He can barely see. This dog, man, this dog is older than 77 years old. He getting up there. All right, fam. Life is good. Remember, treat people like you want to be treated, and it'll come back round. And when you get a chance, send Grasshopper the middle finger for me. I'm out. How do you close this down?